And this piece of material is called I Kinda Like It When a Lot of People Die. But you have to realize I'm reading, it's going to lose a lot of the value. I just want to hear the words out loud, okay? Remember when I said earlier I like to stop at traffic accidents and look at the bodies? Well, it's true. I like it. I like any kind of tragedy or disaster, you know? Love fucking disasters and tragedies. People always think I'm kidding, but I'm not. It's true. I love it. All these things, explosions, fires, plane crashes, train wrecks, cave-ins. I love them all, and the bigger the better. Because I got to tell you, folks, and I hope you're not going to go soft on me here, the truth is, I kind of like it when a lot of people die. You know what I mean? When a whole lot of people get killed. A couple of hundred, couple of thousand, couple of 100,000. I like it. It makes me feel good. And I want you to know I really mean this. It's hard to convince people you really mean something like this. Especially when you're a comedian. They say, well, he's just trying to get laughs. No, not making a joke. I swear to God, I fucking mean it. I mean it with all my heart. I really like it when a lot of people die. I can't help it. It just makes me feel good. I know that a lot of you feel the same way, but you're afraid to admit it because society has told you that nice people don't take pleasure in mass death. But you're wrong, because I think mass death is terrific and I'm a really nice fucking guy. And not only is mass death terrific, I think it's really exciting. I used to think that was the only thing I liked about it, that it was exciting, you know. And then I realized, no, it's not the excitement I like. It's the dead people. That's the part I really enjoy. You know the best thing you can hear on television? We interrupt this program. You know the worst thing? No one was hurt. Everybody get out alive. Brings me down. Because I really like a high death count. And I don't care who gets killed. I don't give a shit. As long as it's not me. As long as it's not somebody close to me. Although to tell you the truth, if it's a really good disaster, the people close to me, they're on their own. They just have to work it out. That's tough shit. Some people say, well, that's all very amusing, George, but you'd feel a whole lot different if there was really a big disaster and one of your loved ones got killed. And I think, no, I wouldn't. Not really. Maybe it would be a little less fun than usual, but if it was a really good disaster, I'd be okay. As long as a lot of other people died too, you know, strangers, lots of them. Because the truth is, folks, the only thing I care about is fun. That's all, entertainment, that's all I want, a good show. I also like the man-made disasters, the things we cause. Riots, revolutions, terrorism, slaughter, massacres, atrocities, assassinations, mass suicide, self-mutilation, dismemberment, explosions, crashes, train wrecks, arson, chemical spills, nuclear meltdowns, war crimes, genocide, crimes against humanity, crimes against nature. You know something? I'll even settle for a runaway merry-go-round. A runaway merry-go-round spinning out of control, 60 miles an hour, 200 revolutions a minute, children flying off one by one. And they all land in a big pile right in front of the fun house, right next to the cotton candy, because to me it's all big fun. It's all a fun house. I don't give a shit. It's all fun. That's why I like it when a lot of people die. That's why I like big disasters. And no matter what the original disaster is, I always hope that at least there are complications that are worse than the original problem. Worse and worse and worse. Like if a huge 72-inch water main ruptures in the downtown section of a city and water rushes through the streets and basements, causing power failures that knock out all the traffic lights, and a monstrous traffic jam ties up the entire city, and emergency vehicles can't get through, and sick people begin to die, and the people who aren't sick begin to panic and try to escape the city, and a lot of them get trampled to death. And at the same time, one of those month-long global warming heat waves comes along and starts killing old people and babies, and there's still no electrical power for air conditioning and no water for sanitation, so contagious diseases begin to break out, like cholera and typhus and dysentery, and all the old people and babies become infected and start to die. And the infected people become deranged and demented, and they start storming the hospitals demanding medicines, and the hospitals can't handle the casualties, so the sick and infected people start rioting and looting and burning their clothing in the street, and the flames drive them crazy, and they start killing people and lighting hundreds of buildings on fire. And since there's no water, the entire city begins to burn, and the natural gas lines start exploding, and the people who aren't sick yet get angry and start shooting the sick people, and hanging them from lampposts and looting homes and stores, and fornicating and defecating in the streets. Some of them actually butt-fucking on the steps at City Hall. And then, as the whole city burns out of control, huge sparks are carried away by the wind, and the suburbs and countryside catch fire, and the wind ignites huge brush fires several counties wide that come together into one big fire and spread to the forest, and the forests burn out of control, developing into a huge firestorm traveling 200 miles an hour, consuming everything in its path as the western United States burns completely out of control, creating a coast-to-coast smoke cloud that chokes millions of animals and old people, and the prevailing winds push the fire farther and farther east, igniting the central plain plains where the prairies and grasslands catch fire and burn uncontrollably, and then pushed by the violent winds, the grass fires leap the Mississippi River, enveloping the eastern forest, and a huge thermal updraft develops that's sucked up into the jet stream, causing a hemispheric incendiary macro system, a mega firestorm that begins to rapidly alter the molecular structure of the magnetosphere. South Pole will suddenly reverse, and huge sparks and thunderbolts start shooting out of the poles, and the ozone layer catches fire, which combined with El Nino rapidly raises the temperature of the oceans, completely changing the global climate, and all the ice caps and glaciers melt in less than 2 weeks, raising the level of the oceans by 300 feet, and flooding all the coastal places and low-lying regions, completely fucking up places like San Diego. And a lot of people die. Wouldn't that be cool?
Then there's our Muslim friends. The fucking Muzzies are mental. Thank fuck the Muzzies don't drink, because they'd be out of control if they fucking did. They just aren't a tolerant bunch, the Muzzies. Covering women's faces and cutting clitorises off isn't just a bit of culture, right? It's horrible. It's fucking horrible, right? You can't... The teddy bear. Remember the little teddy bear that was called Muhammad? That lady didn't deserve to be... They wanted to kill her and lash her in a fucking square for calling a teddy bear Muhammad, right? Now, if there's any Muslim fundamentalists in the room, right? You see this microphone? I'm calling it Muhammad, right? And it's fucking gay. It's a gay microphone called Muhammad, and all it wants to do is roll the Quran up and fuck itself up the arse. Now, that joke has limited some of my holiday destinations.
And this next joke's my last. I don't care who your favorite comedian is, you're about to trade up. You don't know anything about pain. You don't know anything about pain until you've seen your own baby drowned in a tub. And you definitely don't know anything about how to wash a baby. Yeah. Now, I could not be happier with your reaction. A lot of times, crowds not as sophisticated as yourselves will get upset at that joke even though it's perfect. I did a show recently where people got really offended, and a woman came up to me after and says, "Listen, Anthony, you know, you were great, but I just want to tell you I've lost 2 babies, and I don't appreciate that joke you told on stage." I said, "Oh my God, ma'am, I'm really sorry. If I had known, I would have told it twice."
When people leave the show, when people leave my show, I want to say, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Go. I've never seen nothing like this. Go. It's amazing. He's the greatest entertainer in the world. I'm taking that money. I'm really children's hospital. The biggest in the world. Michael Jackson Children's Hospital.
Enjoy the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor. We were talking during the trial about exhuming Jackson's body to do tests on it. See, if they'd done it, I was going to watch it on the news with the volume turned down and Thriller on the stereo. Did you hear the tape? They played a tape of Jackson's voice under sedation, show how many drugs this guy was giving him. And he's going,
"I'm gonna build a children's hospital. The biggest children's hospital in the world. Call it Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital."
I don't even think it was his voice. I think it was the voice of the paedophile demon that controlled his soul.
"I'm gonna build a children's hospital. I'm gonna buy those kids a game of whack-a-mole. But I'm gonna lie under the game of whack-a-mole. Stick my cock up through it. So when they're banging away with the little hammers, they're actually banging my cock. Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital. The biggest children's hospital in the world. I'm gonna dress up as a surgeon. I'm gonna do operations on them. Put little cocks and little clitorises into the palms of the hands. So that when I'm holding hands with them, I'm actually abusing the little motherfuckers. Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital. The biggest children's hospital in the world. I'm gonna tell them they've been cured. I'm gonna tell them they're okay and send them home to the mama. But it won't be the mama. It'll be me. Dressed up as the mama in some Mrs. Doubtfire kind of makeup. And they'll wake up on their first night home to hear me screaming, "You're not okay! You're not okay!" through my mama's face as I come inside them. Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital. Biggest children's hospital.
What is the most offensive joke that you've ever written?
If only Africa had more mosquito nets, then every year we could save millions of mosquitoes from dying needlessly of AIDS.